I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's November 27th, 2013. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Cody Bills to help break down the action that we saw on a Wednesday, one day before the Thanksgiving Day holiday. Let's jump into the live quotes here and see where the grains ended the trade session. You notice we're now looking at the March futures contract. Friday is first notice day for December contracts. It's time to start rolling into the March. If you have questions about that, give us a call here at the office. Running down the quote board, though, we see March corn trading up $1 3/4. Soybeans for January off 9 3/4. Chicago wheat was up 8 1/2. Minneapolis wheat up 5 cents, and Kansas City wheat picking up 9 1/4. Cody, we saw relative strength out of the grain market today. Corn and wheat both moving higher. Soybeans, obviously the odd one out. What's your take on that market?
Well, we had some pretty solid export sales this morning. That was great fundamental news. We saw about 180,000 metric tons sold for the 13-14 crop year for soybeans to unknown destinations. That was very positive. That helped move us higher here in the earlier part of the day. Unfortunately, though, we saw meal really start taking a nosedive here about mid-session. We also saw soybeans follow it lower. We ended up closing down near the lows, and on a normal day, I would say that this is a very bearish signal. When you see something move higher, try and take out some highs, and of course it unable to do so and then loses all strength and ends up closing down near your lows, you'd suspect this thing has kind of reached the end of its rally and potentially will start moving towards its lows. The only reason I don't think that that's set in stone right now is because we do have December contracts moving off the board here. We have first notice day. People are starting to trade March contracts. I think we have Thanksgiving coming up, and then Friday we're likely to see very light volume. So I think what we saw is some position closing. Yep. I think we got out of some long positions today. It was kind of mid-session and on when we really started seeing that selling. I wouldn't be surprised. I would say kind of hold off on things. Friday is most likely going to be very light volume. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't imagine we're going to have significant market move on Friday. I would say hold off through Friday. Wait till volume returns in the market. Be ready to protect yourself if this thing does start moving south, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some strength move back into the market once this holiday is over and once we see a little bit more volume. Yep. I think there's definitely demand for meal on the sidelines waiting to get into that January contract.
Yeah, certainly. Well, we did see a little bit of weakness out of the soy complex, as I said, but corn relatively strong today to beans. Not a huge day higher, just up about 2 cents. We did see very strong ethanol numbers reported today. On average last week, 927,000 barrels per day was produced. That's near a marketing year high. Really driving stronger production here in recent weeks has been an ethanol crush margin, which is above $3 a bushel right now in a lot of places in the grain belt. We haven't really seen the strength out of the ethanol sector carry into the futures, and I think the reason why we haven't seen that is because there's still a lot of uncertainty about the renewable fuel standard for 2014. Where I think, though, the real value in this story is in cash marketing decisions. We've seen ethanol facilities remain very aggressive bidders of spot corn. I think, even if you typically don't sell grain to an ethanol facility, it could be worth it to take a look outside your normal marketing area because right now we see ethanol plants, as I said, very aggressive bidders of spot corn, and based on where the margin is right now, we'd expect that to continue here in the weeks to come.
That sounds, fair enough, Logan. I know that one thing that is kind of interesting is we saw wheat move up. It was relatively strong here, and I was wondering, what's your take on that? Is there any major changes in the fundamental story?
I wouldn't say any major changes in the fundamental story. Some information that we have recently, though, was expectations for a potential winter kill scenario here between December 6th and December 10th. You can see here on this map provided by Planalytics, a big cold front's going to move into even the southern plains. Temperatures below zero may even be possible here. With light snow cover, it looks like there is the possibility for that, but I think really the real strength of this wheat market lies in what we're seeing right now on the export front. We see very strong domestic prices in China. The EU Paris wheat futures hit 5.5-month highs on Monday, and you add into that, or I guess part of that equation would be the aggressive buyers that we see right now on the global front. Egypt, Iraq issuing tenders here recently, and hope for the Iranians to enter the market as well. It kind of turns into a bullish story, especially when you add in this winter kill scenario, which has added a little bit of a premium into that Kansas City wheat crop, or the Kansas City wheat futures over the last couple of days here.
Well, that certainly wraps up today's show. And guys, remember that we do have a mobile trading now that we're offering here at Grain Hedge. And if you're interested in taking a look, you can visit us at grainhedge.com. You can take a demo, or you can give us a call at 877-472-4607. Even if you don't want to trade futures through the mobile app, it's a great way to monitor the positions that you have on, or monitor the market to see if you want to get into positions. So, guys, have a great Thanksgiving holiday. We'll see you back here on Friday.